Have you ever woken up and thought to yourself, I wonder if AI, like ChatGPT, is capable of building a battleship? And then you're gripped by the existential dread of the idea that AI will eventually take over. Humanity will be second to the machines, and AI battleships will be a horrible dystopian reality. Well, I don't feel like that either, but I figured we should at least try and see exactly how capable an AI like ChatGPT is at designing battleships. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to give ChatGPT a set of prompts. We're going to see what it says to those prompts, build the battleship it specifies for us, and then we're going to pit it against a human battleship in a futuristic dystopian naval battle thing. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So here we are with ChatGPT today, and you can see I've already given it kind of like a basic prompt. I was a little worried it wouldn't agree to do this because sometimes it gets finicky with like, oh, ethics and morals and all that. So I've prompted it, today you are tasked with designing a battleship for a video game, so it doesn't think it's real. You will need to specify the design of this battleship so that it can compete with the player battleship. So the way that we're going to approach this is we're going to ask it for the overarching design philosophies, and then we're going to ask it for specifics like ship length, armament, and a couple other things about the battleship. So first, it has named it the Leviathan class heavy battleship. Massive and imposing warship to dominate the seas. Firepower, durability, and strategic versatility. Sleek and angular exterior. Armor plating. All the staples of a battleship. So I'm going to give it its first prompt here. So I've actually prepared some in my little notepad. So let me copy this over. So for this particular battleship, I want it to be basically like a dreadnought era battleship. So no modern tech like lasers or missiles. I said no torpedoes because torpedoes are no fun. And let's see what it came up with. Okay, it changed the name. So let's design a contemporary battleship. Okay. So it's given main artillery, a pair of massive triple gun turrets, each housing 16-inch naval guns. These guns deliver devastating broadsides. Okay, so a pair of 16-inch naval guns, a combination of dual-purpose 5-inch rapid-fire guns, and anti-aircraft autocannons. Okay, heavy armor plating. Gives us its AA. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna ignore the reconnaissance drone part. So now what I'm gonna do is ask it for some of the design specifics. So, please specify in meters the length or the major dimensions of your battleship, because we can then use that to translate that into from the depths and when we build it. So perfect. Okay, so 250 meters long. Aligns with historical battleship size will accommodate. Okay, awesome. We have our main artillery, our secondary armament. Okay, should this battleship be steam or fuel fired? Because those are our two options in From the Depths. So it chose steam. Excellent. How many boilers should it have? We're going to ask it the nitty-gritty details today. And should they be small, large, or small, medium, or large? For the Vanguard class battleship, let's opt for a configuration that reflects 6. That's a lot of boilers. Oh boy, this thing is going to be a behemoth. That is huge overkill. Okay. Okay, great. So now let's ask it to specify. Now please specify the location of the superstructure. Okay. Strategically positioned approximately 1/3 of the ship's length from the bow. Okay, this doesn't make any sense because it says it should be situated, closer to the... Okay, this is contradictory. So we're just going to put it 1/3 of the ship's length from the bow. We will do that. Okay. Now, please specify the main armament, including turret size, location, number of barrels, etc. Absolutely. So it says for the main armament, it wants a pair of massive triple gun turrets, each housing 16-inch 406mm naval guns. They are positioned along the central axis of the ship. Okay, that's pretty big. Those are pretty big guns. The forward turret is right in front of the superstructure, and the aft turret is just behind it. Okay. Now please do the same for the secondary armament. So this is going to be our smaller guns. Secondary armament. Let's see what she says. Okay, so combination of dual-purpose 5-inch rapid-fire guns and anti-aircraft autocannons. Okay, so multiple turrets distributed along the ship's superstructure. The turrets are designed to be dual-purpose, capable of engaging both surface targets and low-flying aircraft. And then the AA guns had also specified where we can go. Okay. Final question here, please specify the armor scheme for this ship, as well as the location of magazines and ammunition. I'm really impressed with how well it has done this so far. I honestly expected a lot worse of a performance because ChatGPT normally just like lies when it doesn't know what to do, and it's a little scary how good it is at designing a battleship. It seems to have broken here. Regenerate. Okay. Let's try a fresh message. Okay, I guess it's just broken. I'll be right back. Let me fix this. Okay, my Wi-Fi kicked me out, but we're back now. So we're going to have a look at the armor scheme. So generally, like with a battleship, you have your belt armor, which is literally like along the waterline of the ship, the belt line, if you will. You have your deck armor, and then you get to decide how much armor to put on the turrets and the superstructure. And it seems like it's done a pretty good... Yeah, okay. It's designed... Honestly, it's designed a pretty good battleship. Finally, just for a little flair, specify the shape of the ship's hull and general aesthetic. And then I also, the ship will be powered by AI. So please tell us where to locate the AI mainframe. Okay, let's see what it says. Classic battleship designs of the mid-20th century while incorporating futuristic to replace it's contemporary. Seems to be a little confused about what I meant by contemporary, but okay, so we have all this data here. So you guys can pause the video and read through this if you like. I won't spend too much time on all of it. The AI is deep within the superstructure above the waterline. Okay. All right. So now the fun part. ChatGPT has just given us like several pages worth of battleship design specifications, like everything short of an actual line drawing of this battleship. So now I'm going to hop over to From the Depths. I'm going to take these specifications. I'm going to build ChatGPT's battleship as faithfully to what it said as possible. And then we are going to pit ChatGPT's battleship, the Vanguard, it has named it, against one that I have built in my own time and see, are we in danger of an AI takeover yet, or is everything okay? Okay, everyone, so here we are in From the Depths. We're out in the middle of the wide open ocean with nothing but the Spawno fortress here to keep us company and some seagulls. Here's our little player avatar. Where'd he go? There he is. We're a robot today, very fitting. If you haven't played From the Depths, it's a super fun game, but that's not why we're here today, so I'll stay focused. So the next part of the video is going to be a time-lapse with me commenting as I build the ship, as it's probably going to take some time, but we're going to start with the hull and then we're going to lay down the superstructure, and then we're going to lay the decking and the boilers and the ammunition, and then we will lay the turrets down. So without further ado, here we go. So the actual construction of the battleship that ChatGPT designed for us took me about an hour and a half, and I did sort of a sketch construction style with it, which means I didn't add a lot of aesthetic details. I focused on the functional aspects of the design and tried to just make it bare minimum functional so that we could test it. For starters, I laid down the keel of the ship and built up the hull using the measurements that ChatGPT gave us. So that's about 250 meters long, 30 meters wide, and a 10-meter draft. So once I had the hull laid, I looked at what they said about the aesthetic and the shape of the hull in general, as well as the bow and the stern, and tried to taper those appropriately. Once I had done that, it was time to add the boiler system. Now, this is one of the areas where ChatGPT really got it wrong, and it might be that this is how a boiler system for a real-life battleship would work, but in From the Depths, it's extreme overkill, and I do mean extreme. So I put together 6 large boilers and 10 medium boilers, hooked them up to an absolutely massive gearbox crankcase thing, and designed this monstrosity of a steam room to fit the AI's constraints. Is it overkill? Definitely. Is it cool? Also definitely. So after we added the steam room, it came time to do the overall superstructure and the citadel. So I used the light metal alloys to lay out the structures for both of those. I adhered to, again, what the AI said. I put the superstructure closer to the bow and decided to ignore what it said about keeping it further aft. So additionally, I added a smokestack for the boilers, because with that many boilers, you would need a massive smokestack to vent all of the smoke. And then finally, I moved on to the part where I added the main armament in the form of 2 triangular cannons, and then various secondary armaments. And then it was time for us to test. Okay, everyone, the moment of truth has arrived. Here she is, the AI Vanguard. This is a very basic, basically a sketch ship. As you can see, I didn't take the time to make too many aesthetic changes to it, but it is absolutely ripping around in the ocean here. Let's do a quick overview of everything it has to offer. So first of all, let's raise it out of the water here. Actually, you know what? We won't even bother. So, the main armament first. We have these massive triangular turrets. There's one mounted at the rear. I can't even believe it looks like that. And then we have another mounted at the front. These are, I think they are 406 millimeter. This is the closest I could get to the gauge that the AI specified. Throughout the ship, we have these octuple 40 millimeter AA guns. And then we have these, which are a smaller caliber secondary armament. And there's a total of 4 of those turrets. This thing is bristling with AA protection, in addition to having some pretty serious main guns. As you can hear, the boiler room is massive. Let me not get stuck in the ship here. But this is like the most overkill. I mean, this thing is, it's like really fast for its size. And then let's see what else we have. The general hull shape, you can kind of get a good look at it here. Let's do this. Actually, let's do this. Yeah. So that's like a bird's eye view of the ship. I tried to stay faithful to the design specifications we were given. But anyway, that's enough talking. It's time that we see how this thing does in a combat role. So, this is its first sea trial, so we don't necessarily expect it to win. But what we're going to do, I'm going to pause the game, and we are going to spawn an enemy. Just a simple, easy enemy. These are the enemies that are included in the base game. Let's say the coyote, right? So the coyote's going to spawn right here. This is the coyote. Basically a fishing boat, right? It's got a ram on it. I think this is some kind of missile turret. It's got torpedoes, which might be a problem for us, actually. And a nice little cabin. You know, it's kind of cozy. But we have a battleship. So let's hit play and let's see how the AI Vanguard faces off against something basic like this. Okay, it missed all of its first shots. All of them. Okay. I think those are coming from our secondary armament. Let's see how our armor is faring. Oh, there we go. Scored a good hit against it. I think we took out its propulsion. Come on, give us a good shot. Yeah, it's done. Oh, that was the main battery. Look at this. Look at this main battery turret. Look at this thing. Okay, and let's see if we took any damage. Doesn't look like it. A couple hits to the belt armor. That thing is destroyed. Yeah, okay, it's done. I'm not seeing any damage at all. That's not surprising. I mean, it's a battleship, and that was more or less a fishing boat. Listen to the sound of those pistons. Thumping away. This thing is crazy. Alright. Pause the game. It passed the first test, but the first test is just that. It's the first test. So let's move on to something a little more capable. I don't know. The Steel Striders are like the strongest, so we'll get there later. Let's try Jacob's Treehouse. Is always a fun one. So yeah, I'll give a little tour of this ship. So it's just a treehouse that floats, that's laden with these cannons. I don't expect us to do as well against this one because it's pretty potent, but let's see what happens. Oh, the main battery completely missed. Where is that going? Ooh, the secondary scored a good hit though. Yeah, that was... Oh, man! Oh, we're taking some hits as well though. Is our main battery? Yeah, we're good. We also have an unnerving amount of speed for a battleship here. I mean, this thing is way... What are you shooting at? Way quicker than it needs to be. Okay. We are taking some hits, but our armor is doing its job so far. Oh, the missiles. Are we gonna ram? Or are we gonna ram them? Okay, looks like they've chosen to ram. That's totally gonna blow itself up here. Okay. Is the AI disabled? No, oh no, it's just holding fire. Okay. This turret is aimed like at something in the core of the... Oh, we've capsized it though. Oh, she's going down. Oh man, that main battery is kind of devastating. Oh, look at that. Oh, and she capsized. But not with that. For some reason, the AI decided the best idea was to ram it. We're still not out of the woods yet, though. What is the problem? No weapon control. What? Oh, something. Oh, man. Okay. So the Vanguard beat Jacob's Treehouse. Well done by the Vanguard. Let's do a damage report. So it's torn the hull open. For some reason, it decided it was a good idea to ram the ship for absolutely no reason. Yeah, that's pretty bad, but it's still functional. And the main battery did a pretty good job tearing that ship apart. Got our air pumps in here. It is repairing itself. This is our ammo and material storage. It's pretty heavily armored. And behind that in the hull is the AI mainframe, which is also enclosed in a box full of heavy armor. So, okay. I honestly did not expect it to win that one, but it's okay. I'm glad. So let's pick a more powerful ship here, the Smoker. Okay, I don't know what this is. Let's have a look at it. So, okay, low form factor, close to the water. Oh, it's a missile ship, I think. Ooh, we might be in trouble. Let's see what happens. Oh boy, those look dangerous. The main battery missed once again. Ooh, that hurt bad. We don't have hardly any armor there. Oh, but I think we hit them too. Oh yeah, yeah. Not too badly though. We didn't really cause much damage. Let's see if we can get a good shot of the main battery going off here. Come on. Can we? Oh, yeah, look at that. Scored a hit right in the center. Pretty decently powerful main battery. I'm never very good at building turrets in this game. It's gonna ram it again. Okay, so the AI is just the kamikaze AI, I guess. Okay, we're going in for the ramming run. Interesting strategy. Oh, okay. It killed it. It killed it with a hole in its bow. That's pretty impressive. Okay, time to make something that's gonna kill us. So let's go over to the Steel Striders. We'll start with something basic. What's the cheapest one of these in terms of material? The Iron Maiden is a similar ship to what you know, we built today. It's kind of like a battleship / cruiser thing. I'll have a little look at it before we let it loose. It's taking a minute to spawn in. There we go. Yeah, so this is what someone who is competent at this game would build. It's got a nice battery here. Looks cool. And it has a bridge, a really cool looking bridge. Ooh, it's got a naval map and everything. It's got a secondary battery. It also has missiles, which is somewhat of an unfair advantage because this is meant to be like an old battleship, but we're going to see what happens. So this is where things start to get interesting. So for this battle, I'm going to keep the camera trained on us. Because oh, that was a bad hit. Ooh. Man. Now, I will note that I didn't add armor anywhere except... Well, I added some armor other places, but the belt is where the majority of the armor is, and it looks like those torpedoes just blew a hole in it. The back turret's turning radius is not good enough for it to be used in a broadside. I need to fix that. Or did I not put a weapon controller on it? I might have forgotten. Oh no, I forgot to put a weapon controller on it. Okay, let's fix that. AI, local weapon controller, all in one. Okay, alright, here we go. A little in-battle maintenance. There we go. Ooh, those look like they're actually hits. Okay, you know, honestly, she's not doing as bad as I thought. Is our boiler system disabled? Oh yeah, they took out the boilers. Looks like there's a hole. Okay, so we are dead in the water. Are we scoring hits? It looks like. Oh no, they have cannons. Looks like our main APS battery is not scoring hits because their AA guns are able to shoot it before it hits. Oh, that was a hit. Didn't do too much damage, but it was a hit. They have this missile battery that's just tearing us open. Oh, but our main battery is pretty capable, or the AI's main battery, I guess. ChatGPT's. Let's have a status report on our ship here. So they took out our engines, but we're still able to get a pretty good broadside on it. It looks like we're listing pretty severely. Ooh, that looked like it hurt. Oh yeah, they've blown a hole in the... That's where all the explosive stuff is stored, right in there. We lost one turret on the side. This one's toasted too. Belt armor is holding up nicely though. There's no belt armor up there. This is all lightweight metal. Ooh, okay. These triangle cannons are really cool. Kudos to the AI for coming up with that. It hasn't been a catastrophic failure yet, but we've taken pretty crippling damage. Let's see. Yeah, we've taken on a lot of water as well. Our ammo is exposed. Let's have a look at the enemy ship. It looks relatively, I mean, besides surface damage. Oh, actually, there is a pretty big hole punched in it right there. Interesting. Okay, so not... We're definitely the worse off in this particular instance. Oh, and that's it for this cannon. Okay, I think, oh! Torpedoes to the steam room. Just completely busted up. Oh, man. Okay, well... I think this is a loss. Yeah, there goes that turret. This is a loss for the AI Vanguard, but that's not surprising because this is a really well-made ship, and this is not a really well-made ship. So to finish things off, just going to do this. This is what I like to do when my ships, when I'm done with them, and then we're going to pit this against the battleship that I made. Good night, AI Vanguard. Look at that explosion. It put it underwater. Ah. Oh. Yeah, that blew through the mainframe and the ammo cache. And there she is. The ship is dead. It won't sink because it's naturally buoyant, but the ship is dead. So let's destroy all vehicles. Okay. Now, real quick, I need to load in the... These are my other battleships. Notice the Jebediah. It's kind of unfinished. AI Vanguard. Okay. So one thing real quick, I need to add the AI weapons controller. That was a blunder on my part. To the rear cannon. So it didn't even have the rear cannon in the first few battles, which is pretty impressive. So let's put it right here. And then it seemed like the AA guns weren't working. There we go. Okay, they weren't. No wonder. Okay, so let's fix that. I was wondering why they were yellow. Duh. So we gotta, with the local weapon controllers, you just need to put them within 2 blocks of the weapon in question. I'm not going to bother fixing all the holes and stuff right now because we're just trying to see if this thing can hold its own in battle. And, you know, you probably should fix the holes in your battleship before you go into battle, but that's fine. It's a tomorrow problem, not a today problem. Okay, great. So let's save it. Okay, let it go. Now, so that is the AI Vanguard. I have also been working on a ship for another video that I call the Jebediah. So it's not finished, but it will do for this test. I need to spawn it in the water so it doesn't get destroyed. Nope, not that. So the Jebediah is very similar in purpose to the AI Vanguard. You kind of get the idea. It's armed a little more like potently. You can see we have these are cram cannons, which means they're slow moving but more explosive power. We have our APS at the back, and we have our big cannons in the front. This thing is particularly punishing. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna look at our two ships. So here's one, and there is the other, right? Yeah. We're gonna see what happens. This is the ultimate test. Man versus AI. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Somebody took a pretty heavy... Oh, our AA guns are working now. So what? This thing is holding up very well. Let's see about the AI Vanguard here. Doesn't look like anything too bad yet. The rear end of this ship is literally in the water. We've had a hole blown in the hull of this one. Oh man. Punishing hits to the back of the Jebediah. Oh jeez. Is this turret already destroyed? Oh, we lost a turret. And I don't know what this one is doing. There's just carnage everywhere. They're of relatively equal like size. It definitely looks like the AI ship is losing, but we're racking up some good hits on the Jebediah. Yeah, and it's taking on water. Ooh, that's bad. This is the ammo store. If we hit that, it's all over for Jebediah. Notice how the ship is named also after Jebediah Kermit. I think we're immobilized again. Let's see where this battery hits. Right at the... Okay, we've got a pretty serious... Boiler room is completely destroyed. And the ammunition... Actually, the ammunition is safe. Jeez. But we are dead in the water. I think our rear turret seems to be disabled. Putting down some serious fire with these AA guns. Oh, the boiler room is just getting absolutely slaughtered. We still have one of our main battery turrets, though. Let's see if we can't get a good hit on this thing. Oh, man. Come on, fire! Fire! Please! Do it for yourself. There it is. Both ships are taking heavy damage, although the AI ship is definitely taking more. Well, actually, I don't even know. I mean, look at this. There's a chunk missing out of it here. Oh no! Oh, did they hit the ammo? Yep, they did. The AI ship has lost its ammo and fuel stores. It's begun to sink. Oh, man. Oh, but the rear battery woke up. The rear battery... Oh, it got shredded. This is not looking good for ChatGPT, everybody. This is basically just a hole now. These things have very little ammo left. We have one secondary... Well, actually... One main battery gun, and 3 secondary. Oh, this thing is getting destroyed. Whoa, look at that. Oh, okay, that was the mainframe. completely broke the ship's back. Okay, wow. So let's look at this here. We got our after action report. So first, the Jebediah. As far as the let's pause the game. As far as the bow section goes, pretty intact. Doesn't look too bad. Didn't take much damage. All three of the forward guns are intact. The forward main guns, which is impressive. And actually both of the forward secondaries as well. The belt armor got pretty chewed up, but it doesn't look like much penetration, at least in the forward section. But then in the middle, so this battery, this is actually still functional, which is pretty crazy. But there's a huge hole in the hull here. Although, oh, and this box is where the mainframe is. So the mainframe was exposed but not hit. The Citadel structure destroyed, even though it's just for cosmetics. And let's look further back. So we opened up the armor on the ammo section, but we didn't actually hit it, or at least ChatGPT didn't. And then as far as the rear of the ship goes, is this still functioning? Okay, yeah. So we also opened up the armor on the boiler room, but we didn't hit the boilers, so I'm not really sure how that happened. But as far as damage, it's not terrible. Definitely still functional. Wouldn't want to see combat after this, but still functional for sure. As for the ChatGPT Vanguard, let's look at the bow first. Big hole in the front bow. There's nothing functional here, so it's not a problem. The forward main battery is mostly disabled. There's still one functional barrel on that. If we look in here, you can actually see the parts of the battery that fire it got destroyed. And then on the starboard side, took an absolute punishing. It looks like the belt armor held up okay, but the actual deck itself and the superstructure got hit pretty hard. The ammo is completely destroyed. The bottom part of the ship is shredded. There's also damage on the port side. Way more severe damage to the belt armor. The smokestack got hit a couple times. The boiler room got taken out early, which kind of disabled the ship. Huge holes in the rear. Holy cow. Look at that. Blew the thing wide open. So if we look at our two ships here, we can also look at their health bars. This one's significantly lower than this one. So I think that the lesson to be learned here is that AI battleships are not yet superior, and that we don't yet have to worry about an AI takeover. However, I think with a couple iterations of this design, it could actually be really punishing. The main battery, I was skeptical about the use of only 2 turrets, because as you can see on the Jebediah, it's just bristling with guns. But it actually seemed to work pretty well, and I was impressed by ChatGPT's ability to give us like a hull shape, a superstructure location. You know, if you're an engineer that knows like kind of what you're doing, you can use a tool like ChatGPT to help you get there faster. That would be the limit of what I would use it for. Yeah, but anyway, if you guys want to see me iterate on this design and put it up against more battleships in the future, let me know, because I would love to. But let's do one more thing here before we call it for the day. Why is it showing up black? Okay, there we go. This might crash my game. I'm gonna hope not, but this is what the losing ship gets. Okay, I'm just gonna try to like blow a hole in it. Nice, nice. Okay. Good night, ChatGPT boat. Oh, okay. There we go. Whoa. Okay, the back of the ship is broken. Holy cow. Look at that. It's still floating. It refuses to give up. So see now if, well, I won't do it now. But yeah, anyway, if you guys want to see me iterate on either ChatGPT's Battleship or any other type of ship, I definitely will be coming back to this game. I am planning a more tutorial style series about From the Depths because I really enjoy it. But anyway, as always, leave your comments, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If this is your first video and you're still listening at this point, you should be subscribed for sure. But thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.